I think that's why a lot of people prefer just going with a supercharger route, especially a centrifugal blower. You kind of just bolt it on, and you know, there's no real touching the engine. All right, guys, so welcome back. Thank you for hanging out, spending a few moments here with me. We're going to jump into the Monte Carlo, meet up with my buddy Brian. He just got his 5.7 cammed. I believe he has a couple other modifications in place, and yeah, we're going to see what his thoughts are. When I went from a stock 5.7, my RT was around 13.5 in the quarter mile, and I got it all the way down to a 12.7, which is a massive difference in performance. A lot of people get hung up on horsepower and torque on the dyno, and I'll tell you, in real life, when you're at the drag strip, there was a huge difference between a stock 5.7 and a cammed 5.7. But I really want to see what his thoughts are. For those of you that are weighing the option between camming or supercharging your 5.7, hopefully this sheds some light into you know, what you can kind of expect. So with that being said, guys, let's get into it.
The JLT cooled air intake. I have the BBK 85mm throttle body. I threw on the Sultans of Spark system here. We have the DC CS2 crossbar. I do have JBA headers on there. They're shorty ceramics.
So how come you went with the shorties over the longs? Because this is a huge debate that a lot of people have.
I watched that one.
Was it because of the ease, the cost? I mean,
it was down where I live. You can't even, it took me almost a month to find someone to want to put these on. I almost had to pay them extra to get them on, but
it's quite a bit more work for those long tubes.
Yeah,
you know?
And he was, everywhere I called, they were like, nah, I don't want to get in. I don't touch those. I don't touch those. I don't touch those.
The shorties still get the job done, you know? And so you went with shorties with a high flow cat.
I got their JBA. I got the package where it had the high flow cats with it. And then I have the Hearst Elite catback system on there with 2 Super 10 Flowmasters mounted on the back.
Yeah, it's mean, man, and it's got a nice lope to it.
That's pretty much all that I've got.
So you got everything really in place, and then decided, hey, I'm ready to drop a cam in this bad boy now.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna wait a long. I mean, if you ask some of the guys, I don't want to tear apart the motor. I don't, you know, it's just too good. But then
it's a big step to rip apart your engine to cam it.
I saw
you know?
what they were doing to put a cam in, and like watching your whole motor was in half. I haven't had the greatest experience with mechanics, you know, putting stuff back together.
I think that's why a lot of people prefer just going with a supercharger route, especially a centrifugal blower. You kind of just bolt it on, and you know, there's no real touching the engine. So, you know, you need a good tuner and you know, someone that could do a basic bolt on, and you're good to go. But so, have you had an opportunity to really, you know, test it out and get it on the highway or anything like that?
I haven't gotten full. I don't know the break-in procedures of the cams or anything like that. If there is,
man, I just started romping on mine. Yeah, as soon as I got it, I was like, all right, I want to test out this newfound power, you know. But
I got it down 3/4 of the way and let it get up over there, and at like around 3.5, 4,000, that's when it just started. You can feel it pulling you back a lot more. But I'll get on it there.
So it's a really good investment, you think?
I do. I like the car. I mean, I was thinking about, like, say, the 392, but then, like I said, everybody always, you know, that motor's down, you know, it's built.
Yeah.
You know, so I wanted to put something together myself and make something.
Sure.
You know, and so I went this route. You know, I read a lot about the 5.7s. There wasn't too much money to invest into getting the same power as what a stock 392 would. But I thought the journey of doing it would be a little fun, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm here in New York for a week. I got to do all kinds of stuff, you know.
I mean, I think it's fun when you have a vehicle that everybody underestimates. They see the Hemi, they don't see that 392, and then when you get on it and they're staring at your tail lights, you know, it's just fun. So what kind of cam did you actually go with?
Comp Cam HPT Plus.
Comp Cam Hemi. Okay. So this is
That's
the
the
cam
model
card right there. Okay.
Yeah. That's the
Nice.
specs and everything of it.
All right. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with the price tag that you ended up paying, because it was pretty close to what it is that I paid for a cam job. And I think it was $2,500 for the cam, the lifters, the push rods, everything for the whole package. And then it ended up costing, I forget what the install was, but it wasn't far off from $4,000, which is nice, you know?
I think it was something like 41 and some change.
I know some of these shops, they charge an arm and a leg for a damn cam job. It's.
Well, for me, I was just happy, I guess, to find somebody.
Yeah.
Down where I was at, everybody's out of that kind of business. You know, they don't want to. You go in there with a car sputtering, they'll replace your spark plugs. You know?
I mean, I've heard some of these shops there. It's like cam and headers, $8,000 tuned.
Yeah,
you know, and you're like, Jesus, man.
That's one of the things that was slowing me down from getting it, is reading on some of the forums on there when people would ask, like, how much is a cam job, and they're like, or even the headers, like 1,700. I'm like, whoa.
It's too much for power, like,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
I lucked out on getting those put on.
I think that's the biggest stop sign for people is the pricing
price. Oh, yeah.
of a lot of these shops. They just want to crush you.
I've got some fear.